Hello friends and students, welcome to TP Chennai. Happy morning ma. Today's vocabulary, laudable, deserving praise. So who deserve praise? That is what we call it as laudable, praiseworthy. So synonyms, admirable, commendable, meritorious, applaudable, creditable, estimable, excellent, deserving, thanksworthy. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms, censurable, unworthy, disrespected, discreditable, reprehensible, blameworthy. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example, Hema shown a laudable devotion in upbringing her children. Hema shown a laudable devotion in upbringing her children. One more example also can be given. Improving the schools is a laudable goal. Next one, disruptive, troublesome, causing trouble and therefore stopping someone from continuing as usual. So causing trouble and therefore stopping someone from continuing as usual. That is what we call it as disruptive, troublesome, troublemaking. Synonyms, unruly, disturbing, indisciplined, rebellious, stormy, upsetting, disorderly, obstreperous. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms, well-behaved, soothing, obedient, disciplined, docile, calming, cooperative. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example, the teacher said disruptive behavior would not be tolerated. The teacher said disruptive behavior would not be tolerated. Ma clear? Negotiation, talks. That is a formal discussion between people who are trying to reach an agreement. A formal discussion between people who are trying to reach an agreement. That is what we call it as negotiation. Discussion aimed at reaching an agreement. That is what we call it as negotiation. Discussion aimed at reaching an agreement. So synonyms, parleying, diplomacy, compromise, accomplish, pull off, achieve, conclude, deal, barter, bargaining, debate, discussion. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms, disagreement, blow, mess up, botch. Yesterday also we discussed, right? Botch, fail, bungle, slur, mishandle, mess up. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example, the revised contract has been under negotiation for many days. The revised contract has been under negotiation for many days. Affirmative, positive, or say yes, accepting. That is what we call it as affirmative. So what are all synonyms? Consenting, supporting, say yes, optimistic, helpful, favorable, plausible. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms, negative, pessimistic, unfavorable, inconvenient, saying no, saying yes, saying no. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example, we have 5 affirmatives and only 1 negative to form a committee. While taking voting, so they got 5 affirmatives and only 1 negative to form a committee. So we have 5 affirmatives and only 1 negative to form a committee. Ma clear? Striking, noticeable, attracting a lot of attention. Attracting a lot of attention. That is what we call it as striking. More attractive than usual. Attracting attraction through unusual qualities. Easily noticed. That is what we call it as striking. What are all the synonyms, ma'am? Obvious, conspicuous, catchy, astonishing, stunning, noteworthy, fascinating, memorable, outstanding, startling, arresting, compelling, emphatic, showy, prominent, memorable, all these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: usual, boring, regular, normal, weak, unshowy, ordinary, homely, bad, usual. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: Tom is handsome but not as striking as his brother John. Tom is handsome but not as striking as his brother John. One more example can be given. Ma, what is striking now on this board? What is striking? Number 50 is striking all over, right? Why, ma? Because I told you this is a 50th day we started that. So 50 number is striking all over. Hope you are clear now, right? Bout, spell, session, period of activity, a short period of involvement in an activity or illness, that is what we call it as a bout. So even one more meaning is there, a boxing or wrestling match, a contest fight, that is also we call it as bout. So what are all synonyms? Period, time, event, match, shift, game, term, circle, round, course, contest. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: stagnation, relief, remission, arrest, peace. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: occasional bouts of exercise are essential in everyone's life. Occasional bouts of exercise are essential in everyone's life. He is a former heavyweight champion and is expected to win this bout easily. He is a former heavyweight champion and is expected to win this bout easily. Ma, clear? Behemoth, huge, and extremely large and powerful. That is what we call it as behemoth. Behemoth, an extremely large and powerful. It can be animal, company, organization. So this is what we call it as behemoth. Synonyms: huge, enormous, colossal, gigantic, monster, mammoth, beast, titan, leviathan. All these words can be related to synonyms. Even we can say gigantic and very powerful, like a hippopotamus, elephant, whale, so etc. Ma, clear? Antonyms: tiny, teeny, hope you remember, T-E-E-N-Y, dwarf, pygmy, very small, runt, midget, diminutive, peewee, half pint. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: we were scared of the behemoth roller coaster to take ride. We were scared of the behemoth roller coaster to take ride. Ma, clear? Oh, misery, bad troubles causing much suffering. What we call it as woe. Misery, a condition of a deep suffering, great sorrow or distress, things that cause sorrow, distress, troubles. That is what we call it as woe. Ma, clear? What are all the synonyms? Misery, sorrow, distress, agony, anguish, calamity, catastrophe, gloom, pain, torture, tragedy, travel. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: happiness, miracle, joy, pleasure, prosperity, content, relief, blessing, boon, cheer. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: the Chennai city's traffic woes are well known to all. The Chennai city's traffic woes are very well known to all. Detriment, so a cause of harm or damage or injury or pain or loss to person or society. That is what we call it as detriment. So detriment, the state of being harmed or damaged. So harm, synonyms: damage, injustice, injury, impairment, insult, indignity, wrong, bruise, disadvantage. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: benefit, gain, advantage, recovery, remedy, favor, healing. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: some people claim that casino gambling is a detriment to society at large. Some people claim that casino gambling is a detriment to society at large. Next one: appalling, shocking, causing shock or dismay, very bad in the way that causes fear, shock or disgust. That is what we call it as appalling. Synonyms: horrific, terrible, awful, scaring, nauseating, intimidating, dreadful, ghastly. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: delightful, pleasant, wonderful, good, comforting, pleasing, nice. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: normally prisoners are kept in the most appalling conditions. Normally prisoners are kept in the most appalling conditions. Next one: zealous, fervent, over enthusiasm. That is what we call it as zealous. Enthusiastic and eager, filled with or inspired by intense enthusiasm. That is what we call it as zealous. Synonyms: ardent, fervid, avid, passionate, burning, dedicated, fanatical, earnest. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: apathetic, lethargic, unexcited, unconcerned, indifferent. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: the zealous actor gave over $1 million to his favorite charity. The zealous actor gave over $1 million to his favorite charity. Clear? Betray, deceive, cheating, stab in the back, backstabbing people. You need to be very, very careful. They seems to be with you, but all your information they will pass on to the enemies. So dangerous people, you must be very careful with such people. That is what we call it as betray. Synonyms: break trust, be unfaithful, bite the hand that feeds. So that is also one more important meaning we can tell about betray to understand easily. Break faith with double cross, mislead, break promise. All these words can be related to synonyms. Antonyms: be loyal to, defend, assist, protect, help, support. All these words can be related to antonyms. Example: never think of betraying anyone in your life. If you don't like them, just keep away from them. If you don't like them, just keep away from them. Never try to betray anyone in your life, mom. So definitely, finally, that will damage us only. So never try to betray anyone in your life. That's the end of today's session. Thank you very much for joining. We will meet tomorrow. Have a great day.